Statements in the National Assembly by Minister of Governance Gail Teixeira that former ministers of the Apnu+Afc government had handed over damaged and neglected vehicles to the new PPP ministers have not found favor with opposition leader Joseph Harmon. Harmon said the statement by Teixeira to justify the spending of $95 million to purchase new vehicles for top officials of the government is totally erroneous and a total lie. He said all the vehicles were returned in tip-top condition and are now being used by the new ministers of the PPP government.
That's a totally erroneous statement, Adam. In fact, when we demitted office, all of the vehicles that were used by ministers were parked in the office of the president, that is now called, and the new ministers were there lining up and adjusting as if it was a vehicle market. They were so impressed by the condition of these vehicles. And if you're talking now about buying vehicles for the president, the vice president, and the prime minister, those vehicles were in tip-top condition. In fact, they are still being used right now. So I would really want to know, what is it that Mr. Teixeira is talking about? If President Ali has gone into the vehicle that was used by President Granger and he's found anything like that, if Prime Minister Mark Phillips has gone into the vehicles used by former Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu and he's found anything like that,
Teixeira had defended the $95 million allocated in the 2020 budget to buy new vehicles for top officials of the government, inclusive of the President, Prime Minister, and Vice President. She said then that this was as a consequence of the damaged state in which several vehicles were handed over to the new government by former ministers of the Apnu+Afc government. Harmon, who has slammed the government for failing to increase the wages of public servants, believes it was a waste of money to buy new vehicles. The opposition leader said that the claims by Teixeira is a total lie.
The PPP promised a 50% salary increase for public servants. This regime has delivered zero. They have proven that their promises are hollow. They have nothing for public servants while the PPP is splurging an extravagant $95 million unnecessarily on new high-end luxury vehicles for Irfan Ali, Bara Jagdeo, and Mark Phillips in the office of the president. Then we later found another $13 million for another new vehicle for Mark Phillips. This, of course, was in the office of the prime minister then. He was later to explain to the assembly that this was an off-road vehicle that was being purchased.
Harmon in turn claimed that a dead rat was found in a vehicle Teixeira returned in 2015 when the PPP lost the elections and which was used by then Minister of Public Infrastructure David Patterson. It was Patterson who on Monday grilled Teixeira on the funding which is to be spent from October to December 2020. Patterson was also concerned that with the short time frame of the 3 months during which the procurement and purchase of the vehicles are to be completed. Teixeira said come 2021 the government will make all the details in relation to the purchase of the vehicles available. Kurt Campbell, Newsroom.